Welcome to the TerryWilson3.com podcast, where we equip entrepreneurs, professionals, and go-getters with the tools to thrive in an ever-changing world. In today's episode, number 633, we're diving into a topic that's more relevant than ever: pivoting in your career. Recent shifts in technology and politics have left many questioning their next move. With economic uncertainties, including new trade tariffs and evolving job markets, the traditional career path is being redefined. Moreover, a significant number of Americans are contemplating career changes, seeking roles that offer more fulfillment and stability. But change doesn't have to be daunting. Today, Terry will share real-world strategies to help you navigate these transitions with intention and confidence. So if you're facing uncertainty in your professional life, stay tuned. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Running a business is tough, your to-do list never ends, and the phone keeps ringing. What if you could focus on your daily operations without worrying about missed calls? At TW3, we've got you covered with our 24/7 call answering service, starting at just $25 per month. Here's how it works. When your phone rings, our team answers every call, takes the caller's name, number, email, and reason for calling. We can even handle basic customer support, answering frequently asked questions about your business, or book appointments for you right on the spot. But it doesn't stop there. We'll immediately send you a text or email with all the details so you can follow up at your convenience if needed. Our service also filters out spam calls, giving you more time to focus on what really matters: growing your business. And here's the best part. With 24/7 availability, your customers get the help they need anytime, day or night, leaving a lasting impression of professionalism and care. Don't let missed calls slow you down. Call us at 864-507-9696 to schedule a quick demo and see how our award-winning service can work for you. Your time is valuable. Let us help you protect it.
You're listening to TerryWilson3.com.
TerryWilson3.com.
Inspiring, informative, and entertaining content for the entrepreneur and small business owner.
What is happening? Episode 633, folks. Hope you're doing well. We're having a good time here at TW3. It's been a fun week. A lot of stuff going on. Holy cow. Man, I tell you what, if I wished I got paid per hour sometimes. It's been nonstop around here, but it's been good. Going off of what we talked about in 632, just a flow state, man, a lot of things, creative things that AI is opening up that heretofore someone like me could not do because just it wasn't scalable. But now it is just absolutely amazing. All these upgrades that are coming out with AI on ChatGPT with the image creator. And then I don't know, my buddy Donnie at Grand Life sent me a text yesterday and said, "Are you watching what's going on with Canva?" So I had to pop over to Canva and see what is going on with Canva and seeing all of their updates. And apparently Canva's just wanting to take over the world. They want to do everything. They want to do video. They want to do audio. They want to do graphics. They want to, and they've implemented, of course, they bought out a whole AI system. And what you can do with Canva and what you're going to be able to do is absolutely incredible. It's absolutely incredible. So a lot of good stuff. It's a good time to be in our space if you're in the space that we occupy, which is digital marketing and being a creative for people and being, getting their messages out there. We've been able to launch 2 different podcasts for folks, everything from their website to their RSS feed, to their graphics, their audio branding, their visual branding, everything in between. And boy, before that would have, the cost of that would have been rather high. What we would have normally charged around 10 grand, we're able to charge less than half that now and get it out quicker, just because all of these tools that are able to scale the productivity just so much quicker. So that is just absolutely astonishing to me what all you can do. But today in episode 633, want to talk to folks about pivoting, the power of the pivot. Anybody who's feeling the ground shift under their feet, whether it's changing tides of technology like I've been talking about. This is exciting for me. It's scary for others, and totally get that, totally reasonable. And something, to be honest with you, sometimes it's scary for me too. But the changing tides of technology, the uncertainty of politics, or just a job that isn't what it used to be, we're all feeling the pull to pivot. That is, in our careers. And let's be honest, pivoting is uncomfortable. It's scary. It feels like starting over, especially when you've already invested years, maybe decades, in a career, a company, or a calling. But here's the truth. A pivot doesn't have to mean a panic. You can pivot without panicking. So in this episode, I'm going to share some real-world strategies to help you navigate career transitions with less disruption and more intention. These are not theoretical ideas. These are proven moves you can make starting today if you're feeling the uncertainty of tomorrow and what's going on in your particular career path or industry. So if you're facing layoffs, for instance, or eyeing a new opportunity, or just wondering what's next, buckle up. We're going to get real. We're going to get practical, and we're going to help you pivot with purpose. But before I get into that, I want to talk about our business hero of the week.
Business hero. Oh yeah. Business hero. Business hero.
Our business hero this week is a lady named Amy that joined us. Let me tell you a quick story about someone who not only long ago was staring down a career like what we're talking about today, career cliff that she is now flying high. Amy had spent years building her career as an insurance agent with a large, well-known company. She was doing fairly well, to be honest with you. She was good at what she did. She's dedicated. She's professional. But as we all know, even the best sometimes get caught in the waves of corporate restructuring. And for Amy, the wave hit last December and was told her job would soon be coming to an end. Now, here's where the story gets interesting. Rather than sit back and wait for the door to just drop, or the floor just to drop out from under her, Amy was proactive. By the end of January, she was already deep in research looking for real online opportunities, something flexible, something scalable, and something she could believe in. And in February, she found us. She officially joined our agency in mid-March. And friends, I hope you're sitting down for this next part, because it's absolutely incredible, and we're so proud of her. Last week alone, Amy brought in over $7,200. Did you hear me? $7,200 in new business. It's amazing. And in just her first week with us, she's about to cross the 10,000 mark in income. So let me let that sink in just for a second. Just a few months ago, she was wondering, how we was going to put food on the table, what we're going to do next. Really disappointed with the people she was working for previously, because she felt betrayed, and how could she not? And now, less than being with us for a month, she's about to cross the 10,000. Now, of course, it's an exception, not the norm, folks. And I'm not saying anybody that does anything. This is not about that. It's just putting a spotlight on her, because we're so proud of her and her effort, and speaking with her up front, and knowing the anxiety, and knowing, the uncertainty, and knowing the sense of loss and betrayal and all of that. And then seeing this happen, I can't think of a better person that is finding success so quickly. So from losing her career to launching a whole new chapter and making more in a month than she did in a quarter, Amy is the kind of success story that reminds us why we need to do more of what we do here at TW3. And that's offering people the products, the process, and the opportunity that they need. She's not alone. She's one of thousands we've been honored to help through our three-pronged process. If you're listening right now and wondering if it's your turn, is it your turn? Well, maybe it is. Hook us up online, terrywilson3.com. Call us. We'd love to have a talk. We're not for everyone. You know, you can look at my 5-star reviews all over, and we get 99.9%, if not 100% 5-star reviews when we're dealing with businesses. When we're dealing with individuals that are looking for a career path and they're having a hard time pivoting from, you know, being an employee to an employer and all that, that's sometimes a psychological hardship. And the only negative reviews we've ever gotten in the last 17, going on 18 years is the folks that, you know, we could not help in that area. And so we're very matter of fact that, you know, entrepreneurialism, self-employment, I advocate it. I admonish other people to do it. I want everybody to get involved because I think you're made by, from, and for the purposes of greatness. And the only way you're ever going to really feel fulfilled as a person in your career is to have something your own. Even though I say all that and I mean all that, I understand there's certain people at certain times in their life. It's not a reflection on them. It's not a reflection on anything. It's just not a good time. And if it is a good time, maybe we're not the thing. So we want to have a conversation with you. We want to talk, see if it's a fit, you know. But if it is, I'm telling you, I don't know of a better opportunity that's going to offer you the 3 Ps that you got to have. People, product, process. Where you're going to give unlimited amount of people to talk to, a process that's proven, and a product that you can believe in, that's profitable to you, that puts you in a position where if you make a sale or not, you're going to make money. You get paid to help people, not to sell to people. I love our business. I love what we do. And I think you will too. Hook up over at TerryWilson3.com. You know, look us up over there and let's set up a calendar moment with me or one of my recruiters and trainers, and let's see if what we offer here at TW3 is for you. Now, another great segment. I love this one. This is what we call our Karen Baloney segment, because as you have heroes that we want to celebrate, we also have the Karens out there in the world that we want to be cognizant of and sort of warn ourselves not to fall in the trap of becoming a Karen ourselves.
Here comes Karen Baloney, full of drama and authority. Playing into game, always casting the blame. What she's like.
Today we're talking about the local legend, Karen Baloney, in a local community near us that had a issue with a muffin top. Let me tell you a little story that's been circulating in a small town near us. One that if in your retail service, you will find pretty funny. You've probably ran into this. Most people that work in the food industry, service industry, you can probably relate to what I'm about to tell you. But this local muffin shop was just a little sleepy bakery known for its fresh pastries and local roasted coffee. So it's on a Tuesday, calm, peaceful, birds chirping in the air, coffee brewing, you know, the smell of coffee and pastries just billowing out. That is until walked in Karen Baloney.
Here comes Karen Baloney.
So walking in, hair teased high, sunglasses the high size of a dinner plate, clutching a handbag that could double as a carry-on, you could feel the barometric pressure in the room drop.
She's Karen Baloney.
The air got tense. Karen had entered. She leaned into the counter, heels clicking like a metronome, set to a marching band fury. Yes, hi, she said in a voice that could slice sourdough. I want the blueberry muffin, but I need it gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free, and also want warm, but not hot, just emotionally comforting. Well, the barista, a college kid named Trevor, bless his heart, did his best. We have banana oat muffin that's gluten and dairy-free. Karen's eyes narrowed. That's not blueberry, and banana's a trigger fruit for me. You want me to spiral into public? At this point, most folks would pick a different muffin. Not Karen here. Oh no, she pivoted into DEFCON 1. She demanded that they custom bake her a muffin on the spot, and when they politely declined, she whipped out her phone and said, "That's it, I'm going live." And folks, she literally went live. Yep, she started live streaming her muffin meltdown to 7 followers on Facebook, narrating in real time. Everyone looked at this oppression. I'm being silenced, denied, muffins. This is tyranny. This is what it looks like. Then she called 911. You think I'm kidding, but I'm not. I wish I were. She told the dispatcher it was a food emergency and she feared for her digestive rights. The police actually did show up, and I'm told the officer had to leave the scene because he was laughing too hard at this Karen baloney. Folks, they're out there. They're amongst us. Look out for the Karen baloney.
He comes here in baloney, full of drama and authority. Playing it's a game, always casting the blame. What she's like, she's like.
Yes. Unfortunately, that is too common a story, unfortunately, in today's society. And I know we all can get in our feelings, and we're making light a little bit of that, but holy cow. They wonder why it's getting harder and harder to find people in the service industry. Dealing with that would be a very big deterrent for me, I can tell you that. But I want to give you 5 real world strategies how you can pivot from a career if it's sort of contracting on you. If you're in a space right now, if you're in an industry right now that you're feeling the push, the pull of maybe having to pivot. So number 1, audit your transferable skills. Instead of focusing on what you're leaving behind, list out the skills you're gained. List out the skills you've gained that are valuable across industries: communication, leadership, tech savviness, customer service, etc. Use skills like LinkedIn Skill Assessor or ChatGPT to match your your current skills to emerging career paths. So one of the easiest things you can do real quick is go right over to ChatGPT, list out several things that you can do and say, match me up with some job types, some business types, some things that I could do with these skills, and give you sort of a sense of direction. Because sometimes, folks, let's face it, we're so close to the situation, we're so close to, the feel of where we're at, that we are not seeing clearly and clear-eyed, because I have this skill set, because I can do this, because I have this experience, because I have this education. Sometimes we're not clear-eyed on what that means for us and how we can use that. So by using, these tools like over at LinkedIn or using ChatGPT, you can type it in. And the thing about AI, guys, I'll tell you this, the trick to AI is just the prompts. You learn how to prompt the thing correctly, and it will work magic for you. But I just did that the other day, saying, hey, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, and I can do this. What are some other products, services that I could provide based on what it's magic. It helps you. And you know what? It gave me 10 things. I didn't use one of them. But what it did, it stirred up some other things that I wasn't thinking of before. So sometimes when you're so close to things, you can't do a good analysis, a good audit of but see, here's the thing. You have skills, you have talents, you have abilities, you have experiences, you have things that are valuable. They might not be valuable in the industry or the market or the space that you occupy right now, but that just means we're changing rooms. That's all that means. I was telling someone the other day, I said, what has sustained me as an entrepreneur over the last 20 some odd years? Because I've had ups, I've had downs. I've had times where we were on top of the world, and I had times that the world was on top of us. But the one constant is this: knowing that I'm made by, from, and for the purposes of greatness. That my value is not contingent upon my situation at the time. When we get into this mindset, when we get into this emotional state that I have to do good to feel good, we're always up and down. But if we can have an internal fortitude that understands that my value is not based necessarily on how I'm doing in that moment right then, because that's subject to change based on variables I have no control over. No control over. The only thing I have control over is myself. And the question I ask Terry Wilson all the time is, Terry, how are you responding to this? How are you responding to this negative stimulus? How are you responding to this negative thing? How are you responding to this negative outcome over here? How are you responding to these challenges here? That's all I've got control over. Energy spent on wishing that was different and fussing and arguing and fighting over what other people are doing is wasted time and emotion. And it blinds me from being able to clearly, concisely, with a very critical eye, audit what are some skills I have that are transferable to other industries, other spaces, create other products, other services. If you can do that, I'm telling you, you're going to be able to pivot better in the areas that you need to pivot. Number 2, start a micro income stream. Start a micro income stream. Put that in sports analysis, or specifically baseball metaphors, which I love to use. Sometimes when you can't hit the long ball, sometimes when you're in a rut, sometimes when you just, for whatever reason, trying to hit that ball is like trying to hit BBs. You know, there's days that I get up to the plate and it's like hitting beach balls. I see that ball coming 100 miles away. It's so big. It's so, I mean, I can just jack that thing. And then there's other times I feel like people are shooting BBs. I was like, where did that go? When you're in one of those seasons where things are a little more difficult, then what we want to do is narrow our focus and play small ball to keep with the baseball analysis. You know, I can't hit home run, so what I need to do, make contact, just get on base. Make contact, get on base. Have the guy behind me, make contact, get on base. We're just going to go from station to station to station, and we're going to score our runs old school. We're just going to put the ball in play, and even if we get an out here and out there, we're forcing the defense to play defense. We're not giving them rest while we're just trying to swing at everything and go for the fences, because right now that's not working. So what do? Small ball. Business is the same way. When you can't hit the home runs, get on base. Micro income. Launch something small. Maybe a little consulting gig. Maybe a little online service. Maybe a little affiliate marketing thing. Maybe a little freelance thing you got over here. But start doing something now. If you are in a space right now where things are contracting on you, where things are shifting on you, when you can see down the road that you might not have this job in 6 months, call us. I will show you right now within a month. I can't show you how, you know, our hero of the week, Amy there, I'm not going to guarantee you that. But here's what I will guarantee. If you will do what I'll show you, in 2 weeks, you'll be fully operational. In week 3, you'll start bringing some residual income in. Every day you work, you'll be making money. That money you made that day will come back around that following month. You know, and over time, you could have $5, $10, $15, $20,000 in residual income coming in. But it starts small. Aim small, miss small. Micro incomes. Not only does this build a confidence, because here's the thing. It's a whole lot easier to ask for $25 from someone than it is to ask $25,000. Now, I'm not afraid to ask $25,000, and sometimes that's the only way I'm going to do anything. But you got to understand where you're at. And when the long ball's not working, get on base. Okay? You do the same thing. If you're in a business right now, or you're in a field right now, and you're trying to figure out how, you know, this is good. Let's talk about some things that you can do right now on the side. Little micro income streams that you can start doing. Number 3, invest in intentional upskilling. And what I mean by that is take short courses, attend a workshop, or get certified in a skill aligned with where you want to go, not where you've been. Platforms like courses, Skillshare, and even free tools on YouTube and LinkedIn learning can be game changers. I'm telling you what, for every moment I invest in learning more about AI, I have exponentially broadened my ability to bring value to other people, solve problems for other people. And as I bring value and solve problems to other people, you know what they do? They pay me. You do the same thing. Whatever space you're in, whatever industry you're in, whatever thing that you service, be intentional about it. Don't rest on your laurels. This is not a time of just, you know, I wished I could do what I used to do to get paid what I used to get paid. That ain't going to work. Things have changed. Things are going different. But that's a good thing. Because here's the thing. If before the field was crowded where you were and it was so competitive, maybe you did great in that field. Maybe you didn't. But it's like the game has been reset. You get to start all over. And for a lot of places and spaces, it's not that competitive. I'm betting on people are so discouraged in some areas that I'm in that I've got a wide open field, no competition here, because changes has weeded out the men from the boys, if you will, if you'll pardon the phrase. Number 4, join a mastermind or networking group. This is huge. One of the best investments I've ever made is in masterminds. Well, someone was giving me a hard time one time because they found out the kind of money I was spending on just being in a mastermind group, and I says, listen, I know I could have bought a small vehicle. I could have bought a Tesla for what I paid to be in one mastermind group. But the value that I was able to ascertain from that mastermind group has been profound, and to this day pays dividends. And I have never, I've invested in a lot of things. I've taken courses. I've been certified. I've been credentialed to do a lot of different things. I've had multiple pockets here where I'd get an education over here, and I'd go and get an education here and get certified to do this and special training, do this. All great. Advocate all of it. But I tell you, the one thing that I've done that I would trade all that in for that one thing, and that is being in mastermind groups that have put me in rooms with people that either have been where I want to go or where I'm at, or I was able to help get where I'm at. You know, Paul told Timothy that you've got to have someone that you are walking with, you got to have someone that you're leading, and you got to have someone that you're following. You got to have all three. Mastermind groups and being in these small groups, it does all of that for you. I need that koinonia. I need to have that ability to connect. Iron sharpens iron. I need that time I can just let my hair down, if you will. I can't let my hair down anymore, but I can be real with people. Hey, this is what I'm struggling with. I've got this in our business right now, or I've got this in the marketplace right now, or I've got this in our team right now, or I'm trying to figure out, and allow people to speak into my life and then hear from them and speak into life. I'm telling you, iron sharpens iron. When you're in a room with a lot of people that's moving in the same direction, we all have this one common thing. We're all business owners. We're all leaders, and we're all wanting to do better. Now, we come from different industries, coming from different backgrounds, different experiences, different educations. All of that's different, but we have one common goal. We have businesses that we want to see grow, thrive, and flourish. And to the point we're in the way of that happening, we want to get out of the way. And what a mastermind group does is it helps you get out of your own way. It allows you to be in a place where people that you have afforded the opportunity and trust can speak and tell you clearly what they see. That is invaluable. That's the best time, money you will ever spend. That's why, after 18 years doing this, we still promote our mastermind, still have a mastermind group on Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Monday night. We have what's called an elite mastermind group. And some of the folks in there make more than me, and they bought their system and coaching from me, and they've already passed me, and I am grateful for that. That's not an insult. That's not a thing that I despise or whatever. I actually celebrate it, because good for them. Go, man. Because let's face it, there's a lot of people that got more talent and skills than I do. A lot of people that I've been blessed, but it doesn't matter. I don't compare myself to anyone but where I was yesterday. But being in a mastermind group allows me to hear from different perspectives, from different backgrounds, to be able to say, hey, Terry, you keep saying this, but then I see you do this, and there's an incongruency. Do you see that? And I was like, what do you mean? And then they start challenging me on my pre-notions and my attitudes and what I assume things are. They challenge me on that. And as I'm challenged on that, then I can start making changes. One of the commercials that we play on here is from our mastermind group, where people I was sitting down working with, and they were working with me, and just speaking into what I've been able to do for them. That was so edifying, so encouraging. To this day, when I get down on myself, when I get a little discouraged, when I get a little bit in my feelings, when I want to feel sorry for myself, you know what I do? I literally go back to that recording and I listen to what those folks said that they got from being in a mastermind group with me. And I was like, okay, it's not just, because David says to encourage yourself, and that's important. But sometimes it's so rewarding and so impactful to hear it from someone else. Everybody needs an encouraging word. Masterminds can help you with that. So don't go through life alone and try to pivot in isolation. Surround yourself with forward-thinking people who are moving, growing, and building, whether it's a local business meetup or our own mastermind group. But get in a local group, networking group, mastermind group, something. Number 5, and finally, reframe the narrative. Reframe the narrative. Reframe the narrative. Instead of saying I lost my job or I'm losing my job, say I've been released to pursue something even better. I'm freed up to finally, we don't appreciate it at the time, but if you're listening to this, if you've been in business for any time, if you've been in life any time, you can admit, I think we all can, that in the moment when struggles happen, none of us like it. It's not comfortable. We're frustrated, aggravated, shaking our fists sometimes at the air. God knows I have. But then after it, isn't it amazing how sometimes those hard times we're very thankful for? Because if we let it, the fruit that comes from it, the benefits, the old saying that necessity is the mother of all inventions. Well, for a problem to have a solution has to be invented. And for a solution to be invented, the person who invented it had to really understand the problem. Well, how do you think understanding a problem comes? By living in it, by facing it yourself. So I would encourage you, if you are struggling with anything, reframe the narrative. There's purpose for your pain. Paul says, comfort those with the same comfort you've been comforted with. When there's something that's touching your life, solve it. By the grace of God, go back to the woodshed. With the grace of God, get clarity with people around you. Iron sharpens iron. What am I missing here? Find a solution, develop the solution, and then start to disperse the solution. Because if you're facing a situation, downsizing, having to pivot, folks, other people are having the same problem. And you can help those. And as you help those folks, guess what? You are being helped as well. So that is the power of the pivot that I wanted to talk to you about in episode 633 today. I hope you've enjoyed today's podcast. If you got a lot of content out of it, if you did, do me a favor. Please like, subscribe, and share. That's the way we build our audience. I'm telling you, thank you all. I get the notes, I get the emails, I get the stats. I mean, we are bumping a little over 11,000 in downloads right now. So that's great and very encouraging. And I hope the little funny segments here are not too off-putting to some of you that don't like my sense of humor. But I do think in business and in mindset, it's important both to celebrate those that we want to celebrate, and we mention them by name, and then have a little fun and laugh at some of the things. And we don't ever mention names because the Karen Baloney is just our representative of how we can all get in our feelings sometime. And it's a warning to all of us. You look ridiculous when you think only about yourself. Because at the end of the day, isn't that what being a Karen is all about? A Karen Baloney is just thinking this my perception is reality. No, it's not. They don't have iron sharpening iron. They're not going to mastermind groups. They're not developing themselves. So that's a warning for all of us to be better. Hey, go to my store, get some swag, support us. If you like this podcast and you're not a client, no problem. But I'd love to be able to send some of our swag out. We've got stickers for as little as a couple bucks. We got t-shirts. Man, we're having so much fun designing some of these t-shirts. Let me know what you like. And let me know if you want to see something that's not in our store. Just go to terrywilson3.com/store. You can get hats, you can get merch, you can get all different kinds of things. But I'd love for you to see some of that stuff and get one out to you. All right. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.
Since 2008, Terry has helped thousands of small business owners and entrepreneurs discover, develop, and monetize their value with one simple message: you are worth more.